Hello and welcome to the Should You Buy for the Arctic Wolf, one of the new mechs in the Clan War Escalation Pack. We're going to take a look at the mech stats, its hardpoints, hitbox locations, and hardpoint locations based off of the concept art, and whether or not you should buy this mech. To start off, let's head on down and take a look at the package details. Now, if you get the collectors and ultimate rewards for the various clan and IS packs, you can get these additional cockpit items that give you more XP and C-bills, so those are out there if you want to purchase them. As well, we have the Arctic Wolf. This is a $20 standard package that comes with 3 Arctic Wolves, and very interestingly, we'll get into this in a bit, but the Arctic Wolf is both an Omni and a battle mech. So if you buy the standard package, you get the 3 Omni variants, and the hero and reinforcements are battle mechs. Really weird. We'll talk about it more in depth in a moment here, but that is just so you know when you're purchasing these. You can get the standard pack, which comes with the 3 standard mechs, 3 mech bays, some cockpit items and stuff, some swag, and you can get the collectors for double that price at $40, but it comes with an Arctic Wolf Prime that has 30% C-bill boost, more mech bays, a bunch more cockpit swag, and 30 days of active premium time. Now, just like the past packages, you can get a hero for $15, which has 30% C-bill boost, and reinforcements, which contain 2 more standard variants for $15. Coming down here to the mech specs, we'll click over to the Arctic Wolf and line this up. Ooh, best I can. I can just barely get all of them in there, still being able to see the variant list. And there we go. We have the 3 Omnipods, the 3 Omni-mechs, and the 3 battle mechs. So this is very weird. The first time I've ever seen this, and this actually is lore. For this Arctic Wolf, it started off as a battle mech. So the first one that was out there was a battle mech, and they wanted to see how it performed. And then they're like, oh, this is performing well. Let's fully upgrade it to an Omni mech. And that's why there's both for this mech. It's actually, I was wondering whether or not they were going to do just pure Omni or pure battle. I didn't think they were going to do this and have a combination. So that's really cool. So we can see from here the Arctic, keep wanting to say the Arctic Cheetah, the Arctic Wolf Prime A and P are part of the basic package, which is the $20, and they have Omnipods, and so they are Omni-mechs. The 1, 2, and Blood Kit, the hero, and the reinforcements are battle mechs. They have just normal hardpoints. So we have to do this basically in 2 sections. We're going to take a look at the Omni-mechs, see what they can do, and we're going to take a look at the battle mechs and see what they can do. Because really, they're separate. We're going to be able to swap around pods over here, and we have to look vertically over here for the battle mechs. But we can start off, it's 40 tons across the board. The Omni mechs have a 240 XL engine, which gives them a top speed of 97.2. That's pre-tweak. It'll be 104.5 after tweak. And they get Endosteel and Ferro across the Omni mechs with 10 double heat sinks, but 15 here. That isn't 15 locked, just 15 base. They do have 1 locked DHS, and that is in the center torso because it's a 240. It's below 250, so they lack the 10 heatsinks that are required to make a mech save here. The Prime has jump jets, very interestingly, and you'll be able to move them around because it's the only one that has jump jets out of the Omni-mechs. The A has ECM, which is great, but also moving on to sort of the battle mech stuff, they have a max engine rating of 365, so they can go a lot faster than their Omni-mech counterparts. But let us pop on over to the spreadsheet warrior, where I have got the Arctic Wolf battle mech here set up as some theory crafting of what you want to take on it, sandwiched in between here, between the Osiris battle mech and the Nightstar battle mech, which I already did the Osiris, and I'll be doing the Nightstar shortly. For the Omni mech, you're going to have 104.5 kph and 19 tons available. So you can use that as a baseline. as we could just easily, if you wanted to, put in 240 here, and we can see we have 19 tons. Alright, so put back in 255, and we have the Battle Mech stats. Now this is a clan mech, so guaranteed we're taking an XL engine, because it's an XL that you can also lose a side torso and stay alive. Also, we're taking Endo and Pharaoh at all times because they're clan Endo and Pharaoh. They're half the size and they're stronger, so therefore, yeah, should just take them. We have plenty of space with 31 slots, and we have plenty of tonnage as well. With our 40 tonner here, we can take a variety of engines on the Battle Mechs, and most likely we're going to see 255s and 280s, as they provide good amounts of speed with the 255 giving you 111. It's still faster than the Omni version going 104, so that's an upgrade, but also it's going to have plenty of pod space because of it at 18.5 tons. And as you go higher, of course, you can get less tonnage. Really, you can make this thing go 152. You can, but it's so not going to be worth it. You're going to have like 9 tons of space, and maybe only for like a couple builds that rely entirely on like heavy lasers or something like that, that it's going to be worthwhile. But really, I see the vast majority of Arctic Wolf builds, especially ones that want to utilize their missile hardpoints, which they have a plethora of, are going to be 255s or 280s. Something around there to give you a decent quantity of speed while also having a decent quantity of pod space. So we can see here, if we take a 255, we're going to get 18.5, maybe like 19 tons if you shave enough. It might be a little bit hard to shave down to 19, but definitely 18.5. If you have the Omni Mech version, that's 19 because it's got a smaller engine. And if you start taking a little bit larger, you have maybe about 17 tons from the 280. So we're looking around sort of 18 tons between the different engines we could take and what we can do on this Arctic Wolf. So we'll pop back here to the stats and let us go through first the Omnimechs, talking about how we can min-max the different Omnipod configurations. Now, good, this is a good thing. If they had made the Omnimechs reinforcements, we wouldn't have been able to buy additional Omnipods until they came up for C-bills, but I believe you can buy additional Omnipods for the base versions even before they come out for C-bills, which is excellent, because what we can see is there's some really powerful Omnipods in here. This is going along the lines of things like the Timberwolf with the Prime here, as it has jump jets in each side torso, 3 jump jets, but it's the only one with jump jets. It's not like the Summoner, where you take a leg off, but all of the legs have jump jets. This goes, hey, well, these torsos have optional jump jets. I can choose whether or not I want to have them on. So it's like the Timberwolf S. It's so great. I wish the rest of the clan mechs could also have this ability in order to switch around some jump jets. This is excellent. So you can take 0, 3, or 6 jump jets on your Arctic Wolf Omnimech. And so most likely you're going to take the Prime left torso on almost all your designs, I would say, unless you're going to switch out for the 2 missile left torso. But let's go through this a little bit more systematically. Left arm, what are your options? You have a single missile here, you have a missile and an energy for the A, and you have 2 energy in the P. So you can take a little bit more extra energy if you wanted to, or you can trade it off for an energy and a missile. The A is strictly better than the Prime, but you never know, the Prime might have a quirk or something related to it because it has a lack of hardpoints. The left torso, the Prime is where it's kicking ass. You got that missile and 3 jump jets. Here it's a missile and AMS. Why would I take an AMS over 3 jump jets? And the P is 2 missile. So you may want to make a ground pounder and get an extra missile point out of it. Or you could take these 2 missiles here, and you could take the right torso of the Prime in order to get your jump jets there. However, the right torso of the A has ECM, which is quite nice. So you can be able to have ECM on all of your Arctic Cheetahs. Keep saying that again. Your Arctic Wolf Omni-Mechs, because you can take the right torso of the A. Alternatively, the P has energy, as the P is more of the energy boat version. So you can swap out, you can take some energy if you wanted, or you can get the jump jets, all to your choice. And the right arm, we have a single missile or a missile and energy. Again, the A being a strictly better arm, where the Prime has strictly better torsos in most cases, and then the P, just energy. So we can do some interesting designs here. If we do some max missile, that would be getting a missile on the left arm, the 2 missile on the left torso. Most likely, either your choice between a jumping max missile or an ECM max missile, whether you want the Prime or the A torso, and then just one of the missile right arms. You can get 5 missiles and 2 energy with the A arms, and you can choose between ECM or jump jets. Your choice there. Also, if you wanted to, you can mix that up and get 4 missile by taking the ECM and the jump jets, but then you would lose a missile hardpoint. Depending on what you want to do, it might not matter, but you can get 4 missile, 2 energy, and ECM and 3 jump jets all in the same mech. So I'm not sure exactly what you want to put on this. There's going to be ECM, that'll take up a ton. Maybe a couple small pulse lasers or ER mediums, that'll take up another couple tons. And then probably just some quantity of SRMs. So something like 4 CERN 6s, or maybe like 5 CERN 4s. Some quantity of ammo. You have to spend a little bit of tonnage on the jump jets. But I definitely see the possible designs for the Arctic Wolf Omni to be stuff like, like that, SRM Striker. We're gonna go fairly decently fast at 104.5 for a 40-tonner, and we got some jump jets, we got some ECM. We're gonna be a little sneaky, a little jumpy, maneuverable thing. We can get into the back with a bunch of CERMs and take somebody out from behind. It's not unreasonable. Also, a thing you could do with this thing is ATMs. Now, we don't really know exactly how ATMs are going to work right now, but it's exciting. Whether or not they're going to do different ammos, I don't believe they're going to do that. They're going to do more of like a scaling damage. How much damage at close range? Because you could do some sort of like mass ATMs on this thing, and it would be quite powerful. Or you would have a really, really fast and mobile LRM platform. So the majority of the designs on this thing are going to be missile based, with the P having the ability to do a little bit of energy. So if you want to do like 6 medium pulse or something like that, I don't even know if that would work for heat, but you could do some kind of energy build, maybe 6 ER smalls or ER mediums and a couple ATMs or something along those lines you could do on the P. It would be interesting. But overall, it's going to be missile based, fast, little jumping, sneaky medium. I love it. I can't wait to play this thing in scouting matches. But we flop over here to the battle mechs, which are the reinforcement pack and the hero. Are they better than the Omni version? Well, I got my more theory crafting in front of me. These things can take different engines. We gotta choose, or like I said before, probably gonna see like a 255 or a 280, because we're gonna get around 18 tons available, and give enough speed, 111 kph or 121.9. The one here has 9 missiles. 9 missiles! 2 missile in each arm, 2 missile in each torso, and a missile in the center torso. This thing just screams like mass SRM 4s or something like that without Artemis, and just like run up behind somebody and alpha strike them with a decent engine. Like, this is going to be like SRM brawling king. Like you can see in the stock design, it's got CERM 6, CERM 4, CERM 6 times 2, NARC, CERM 6 times 2, CERM 6, CERM 4. You're basically already there. Although I think the CERM 6s could probably be cut out and maybe put in CERM 4s. That would probably better fit the 280XL engine that it comes with, which I have to say that these all come with extremely good engines for them, so you probably don't need to buy new engines, which is such a C-bill saver. So good. And so fill it with like CERM 6s, CERM 4s, probably just a bunch of CERM 4s, maybe Artemis, maybe not, a bunch of ammo, some good heat sinks so you can keep firing. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have any jump jets, but you can just run down your opponent at 121.9 kph and put in infinite quantity of SRMs into them. That's what this thing's going to be able to do well. Also, of course, if you would want to, you can do mass of any other missile weapon. So mass CERM 2s, or mass ATM 3s, or mass LRM 5s. You can just spam these things, get on like a chain fire macro, and just have these LRM fires. And LRM 5s just go on boom, 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 boom as they're flying away. Just annoy somebody like crazy with that cockpit shake. Moving on to the 2 here, it's very similar. We have 6 missile across the arms here and the center torso and the right torso. However, we also have 2 energy in the left torso. So you get more of a mixed build. It's still going to be missile based, like SRMs, ATMs, LRMs, whatever you want to do, but you can back it up with a couple large, whatever, not even large, you can just a couple energy weapon backups, whatever you want to do there. So you could even make the 2 energy weapons its main thing. You could say go like a pair of PPCs there and just call it good. There's a pair of PPCs on your Arctic Wolf. It's a different playstyle, go ahead. Or you can just go like a pair of lasers, and then you could take the center torso and right torso, put some ATMs on them, maybe even strip the arms for armor to get a little bit of extra tonnage, and just go with heavier ATMs in the center torso and right torso. Who knows how that'll work? Again, it's going to be primarily missile based with a little bit of backup lasers. It's going to be very similar to the different designs you could do for the Omni, but it can be a little bit faster because it's battle. Moving on to the hero. Interestingly, first one with ballistics. Only one along here with ballistics, and it has 1 in each side torso, which if this was like an assault mech or a heavy mech, I'd be like, yay, as we could put in all sorts of Ultra 20s and such, which you can actually do with this mech. If you wanted to, it would fit. You would have like an XL255, you could put in an Ultra 20 in one of the side torsos, and then you could take like 4 ER smalls and like a single jump jet, because the hero does have jump jets, and just a bunch of ammo. It would work. It would be kind of like the build I do on my Adder already. I have an Adder design where I have like 3.5 tons of AC-20 ammo. I have an AC-20, 3 small lasers. You could do something like that, although you'd probably have to change this XL280 down to a 255, or maybe even a 225. Not exactly sure how much you would have to drop the engine in order to facilitate a large ballistic. Conceivably, you could do a single Gauss and a single PPC on this, if you wished, require dropping the engine as well. But what this thing might be kind of fun to do is you could do like a pair of UAC 2s or a pair of UAC 5s. A pair of UAC 2s you could do with some laser backups. A pair of UAC 5s, we might have to strip the arms and just have the UAC 5s. It'd be pretty cool. You also do similar to the UAC 20, you could do like a UAC 10 and 4 ER mediums, so there's some fun stuff here. You could also do an energy-based build if you just took like heavy lasers, because it only has 4 hard points but it has a bunch of space it could use. So you can just take some like 4 heavy mediums or 3 heavy mediums and a heavy large, and call that a design, throw in a bunch of heat sinks, and run fast. So effective. I'm not concerned at all, really, about pay to win in this package. The battle mechs, the really cool part about having it half Omni, half battle is really fun, but I don't feel like it's required. You know, you don't have to get the battle mechs to go along with the Omni mechs, which is quite nice, actually. It's not like the these Arctic cheetahs over here had these as omnipods. If these were omnipods and they had all this missile, I would have been like, oh my god, the pay to win. But because it's stuck as a battle mech, you can't move it along. It's not as bad. Not as bad. Because, you know, whatever you think you do here with this Arctic Wolf, like a bunch of CERM 2s, you can get the same amount of Alpha Strike with missiles with the Omni version. So you don't have to get them. Yeah, they're fine. And with the hero here, the Blood Kit, having the only ballistics, it's just a different build. It's not like it's overpowered or anything compared to what you can do with the other ones. You know, considering they have jump jets and ECM in the base packages, I have no concerns. Let's head on back up here to the top, and we're going to take a look at the mech and its concept art, its possible hitbox locations, and possible hardpoint locations as we can discern. But first off, I love the way the legs look, sort of the double-backed. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's like the double-hinged knee. It looks cool. I love this. I really want to see the running animation for this thing, because I hope it looks really cool. But we can see the cockpit is actually really, really high on the mech, and all of the missiles are up there as well. They're all high on the torso, and the ones that are on the arms are high on the shoulders. So this is great. You barely have to see over anything with your jump jets in order to unleash SRM hell on your opponents. I couldn't ask for better. If the arms weren't hanging down, and if they were at 90 degrees, they probably wouldn't be that low compared to the rest of the torso. And it looks like below the cockpit there, in that little couple little things down, that's where the center torso energy is going to be, just below the cockpit. That one's a bit low, but that's like the only hard point that's low on this mech. Everything else is high. Overall, I think this is going to be an amazing cavalry medium for the clans. It's going to be what the Ice Ferret could have been and never has been for us. We have a very fast medium that has a bunch of potential firepower with the SRMs or ATMs or whatever it wants to do. So you're going to be able to get in behind somebody, do it both sneakily and with jump jets, and just go out of nowhere, here's a bunch of SRMs, and do a bunch of damage. This thing is going to be a beast in scouting. It's going to be really good at flanking and harassing enemy lines and light hunting with a bunch of streaks. I am really looking forward to this mech and can't wait to pilot it. But that is going to be the should you buy for the Arctic Wolf. Thanks for watching, and good hunting.